Just Connect TV, streaming live. Just Connect TV is your entertainment and educational channel. We broadcast authentic content that will inspire, empower, and stir up the potential and positive energy in you. Just Connect TV, streaming live. Ever felt the need to learn how to play a musical instrument or improve your music skill and never knew where to go? Just Connect School of Music is the place to be. We offer professional training in music sight reading, piano, drums, guitar, saxophone, bass guitar, and vocal training. We are located at Eprin Square, 3rd floor, room 26, opposite Buruburu Police Station. Just Connect, building worship. Just Connect TV, streaming live.
Hello viewers, this is Just Connect Online TV on part 2 of my story, where we had last week Mr. James Ndung'u. We were discussing about his journey as a lawyer, how he ended up becoming a lawyer, and today we'll learn more about his story on his legal journey. How did it all begin? We left you having gotten a diploma, and your wife had allowed you to to continue with your studies as she waited.
Thank you very much. My journey being a lawyer, as I stated earlier, it started when I did my diploma and I graduated from the Kenya School of Professional Studies with a diploma with upper credit. Then after that, that was the year 2002, December. Then from there, I left my earlier employment and I got to a new employment, still in a law firm, where I am currently in now.
How was that transition from one firm to the other? Was it because of your, the recommendations and good relation PR with people? How did you manage to get yourself to the current place of work?
What happened is that my former boss had left the country, and I was left like managing the law firm, looking for lawyers to attend cases and all that for quite some time.
Wow.
For about 6 months. So when this law firm wanted to hire a clerk, I put my CV, and when I went for an interview, I say that I managed to be in a law firm where my boss had left. And because of my background in my CV, where I had even indicated the courses that I had attended, including the evangelism course, my current boss agreed to take me.
Wow.
And I went there as a clerk. And I was continuing with my journey. And that was now in 2002, going the 2002, around November, going to 2003. And I continued preparing myself. In 2004, I got married. Remember I said that my wife was waiting.
Yeah.
We got married on April 2004. And I continued being a clerk in that law firm. And sometimes in 2005 to around 2006, one of the workers who was doing a bit of management within the firm left. And I was introduced to the management. And actually what happened is that some of the things that this person was doing, it turned out that she was delegating to me.
Okay.
So when she left and my boss was looking for a person to be a manager, and he was asking whether I know about something. I used to tell him that I know about this. And he realized that I was actually the one who was doing that work. So that I continued. In around 2008, between that time, I had tried to enroll myself in the university to do a degree in law. I tried the University of Nairobi. And when I went there and I met a registrar, and he told me, with your grades, no, you cannot be taken here. In fact, he was very clear that forget about being a lawyer. The best you can be is being a clerk with a diploma in law. But you know, I'm a person.
No inspiration.
No, there was no inspiration. But me, you cannot put me down because I believe my God. There is one verse that I always have, Philippians 4:13. And I thank God that even my children, they have taken it as their verse, that I can do all things through Christ Jesus who strengthens me.
Wow.
So when you feel like you cannot be able to say, I can do all things, and I kept saying that I can do all things. Then in around 2008, I decided, now that I was doing management within the office, I decided to enroll myself in the management course. I went to the Kenya Institute of Management, KIM, and I did my diploma. I started with advanced certificate, then I did the diploma, and I finished, and I graduated.
Wow.
So that was management, and I realized also management was very good. So I was doing management within the office, having done now the diploma in management. Then later on, I got some advertisement or some one of the lecturers who was teaching us for the diploma in law had started some college, and he was doing a collaboration course with the University of Radan, that you can do it through the correspondent. So I went, I came to know about it. I went there and I enrolled. And you are supposed to have done an LLB, but you are given online through the University of Radan. So I enrolled and I paid school fees. And I remember that we were going for the tuition there. Then, and we were nearing doing the exams, the first, and then we were sent a lot of materials from the UK, about the laws of the UK and all that. I was still aspiring, being a lawyer.
Yeah.
So I was doing everything that was possible. Actually, then the University of Makerere came to Nairobi, and still they did not take me. Then what happened is that when we were still doing the University of Radan, then my former school, where I done diploma in law, it had now turned to be a university called Inolero University. And they started now advertising that they are starting to do the law, degree in law. So I rushed there because this was home. This is where I done the diploma.
Yeah.
And I know they took me. And they wanted people who had diplomas. So I was there. So what happened is that I stopped doing the UK program, and I decided I want to do the Kenyan one. I still have a lot of faith with the system, the local system.
Yeah.
So I wanted to do this one of Kenyan one because the other one was like, it would be a bit more difficult, more expensive, and now there was a cheaper one. So I came this one and I enrolled, and we were 5. In fact, we used to call ourselves 5 Arrive. the pioneer.
Yeah.
Because we were 5 of us. And my friend David Moriuki, advocate, who I believe is also watching, he can attest to this.
Yeah.
And we were 5 of us. We did the first year, and then they also enrolled other people. We did the second year, but within the time, the university was supposed to have gotten accreditation by the Council of Legal Education. And we were kept being told, wait. Now I am first year finished. I've already telling people I'm doing LLB, degree in law, second year, but the university is not yet fully accredited. So what happened one day, I was seated in the office, and this friend of mine, David Moriuki, passed by, and he said, you know what? Me, I discussed with my parents, and they said, go to another university. I asked him, which one? And he told me that I've gone to MKU, Mount Kenya University, and I picked the forms. In fact, I filled the forms, I paid the money for the forms, for the intake, and I'll be waiting. They say they are going to communicate in 3 weeks. You know what I did? I just told him, wait a minute there. I stopped what I was doing. I told him, take me. Let's go there. Remember, this is a young man, me, I'm already a family man. We went there, took the forms, paid, and now waited.
Isn't that too much risk? I mean, you have had 3 institutions
Yes.
already.
Now I've left the University of London. I've gone to Inorera. I've done 2 years. But you see, there was no possibility of them getting the accreditation because there were things they were supposed to have done. They were not doing them. So there was a problem. And in fact,
Was there a heavy heart as you are doing this? You don't hold.
No, me, I'm a free person. Me, I don't hold to anything. Because why should you carry your cares when the Lord can do it for you? Yeah. He carry them for you. He says, come to me who are weary, come and I'll give you rest. Why should you be carrying so many luggage within me? Take it. In fact, he says, take it to him.
Yeah.
So to me, it has been enjoyable life. I'm sure many of the members within the church, they know me. I don't think I have ever stayed crying that something is happening. Because
that one, sorry to cut you short, because life happens,
yes,
and people are not able to move on. What advice would you give? Because somebody may actually stop even bothering with education once such a bump is or a setback or a stumbling block comes on their way, and they give up on the course. But it's like you are willing to go all it out and battle with it. How do you maintain sanity and serenity and be able to get courage to continue?
The first thing is that the word of God, which is rich, which is available. You look at people like David, who was young. People are telling him that you cannot go and kill Goliath. Saul is trying to put him close, every close. He says, I'll go. And David had a testimony. One of the greatest things that you can do as a believer is having a testimony. What has the Lord done for you before? What is it that you can say? He did it to so and so. He can do it again for you. When you have that testimony, you are able to move. Look like David. David is able to tell Saul, your servant, when the bear came, when the lion came, I got hold of it. I killed it. The Lord who was with me that time is going to be with me, even as God to get the Goliath. His brothers, they ask him, you young man, the few sheep, you left your few sheep, you just come here, you are mocking us. And he doesn't concentrate with them. The other thing is that don't concentrate with those other voices that tell you cannot be able, you cannot do it. David left his brother, as elder brothers, and he went to other people and asked them, what will be done to the person who is going to kill Goliath? Wow. So he is able to navigate the people. So one of the things is that who are your friends? Who do you work with? Who do you talk to? Are you involved with people who are only negative? What do you read? What materials do you watch? If you watch people who are just being defeated, you'll be defeated.
You'll buy into it.
So for me it's an issue of where do I want to go? And I will go.
However long,
however bumpy it will be, I'll go for it. And if God is pleased, just like what Caleb said with Joshua, if God is pleased to give us the land, he will give us. Amen. So are you a man of good report? And even in the Bible, there are people who have even prayed and God has changed their names. Exactly. Jabez, he prayed. He was born in pain. He prayed to God and God granted him his requests. So it is possible. It depends. Of course, when things come and you feel lonely, look for people who are positive. Look for people who are mature in Christianity. My pastors, my late Bishop Kiguru, my Bishop Mwaura, the council members, the church members, they have been a pillar. My family, my extended family, my mom, they have been a pillar for me. So who do you associate yourself with?
Did some of these people tell you, wewe?
Even now, people they tell me that nimesoma sana, niache kusoma tena. Na nawaambia bado ninaendelea. I have one person who encourages me.
Yeah.
My boss, Dr. Kariuki Moigua. We have been discussing with him that I should be enrolling for the PhD, and probably I'll come to there every day. And he encourages me. And I said, the people you associate with, you can only reach there.
Yeah.
So if your friends have reached here, don't tell me that you can go far. Some of the sayings in Kikuyu, they say that the person you go with, you become like that person.
Like them, yeah.
You get?
Yeah.
And I was coming and I was listening to a radio as I was coming for this show. There's someone who was talking about nyota. Nyota yako inang'ara. Can take you to Jesus. Even like now we are celebrating about the birth of Jesus Christ. And the people who went to see Jesus, they walifuata nyota. So nyota yako iko namna gani? Hii foreign. Unafuata nani? So it depends on how you live. Get people who can encourage you, get the right association, and don't fear dropping friends. Drop them. Don't fear drop them.
Yeah, true.
So I believe I've answered your question.
True. And how did you get now the forms back to the new college?
So now we were talking about the college that I was in Orero.
Yeah.
And now I had now come to this new college, and I got a letter.
Wow.
Telling me you have been admitted to do LLB. And I remember the day I went for the day you go now for the opening. And somebody was saying, we can see your results, some of the results, what you had in Form 4, and you can see the diploma. I told them I have a letter to be admitted in this school. And I went to that school. Then I applied for something we call for that. I applied for some of my courses that I had done. I applied for them so that they consider them, so that I don't have to do them again.
Exactly.
And they had agreed that they are going to consider about 20 exemptions, 20 units that are done in Orero. But I can tell you, after 1 year in the school, we got a letter that they are cancelled. You have to do them again, all of them. So what I was doing, I would sit with the first years. Remember, I was done 2 years. I would sit with the first years. Some of them, they wonder, what am I doing? Because some units have been cancelled and I have to do them as special exams. So
that's like another stumbling block altogether.
And payment. I had paid a lot of money in the previous university. Now it's gone. Even the exemptions are gone, and I had to do them. And that time I had the family. Wow. So I redid them. And to say that I finished, and I graduated. That's now in 2014. Wow. I graduated with the upper class. Wow. And I was actually supposed to almost graduate in the distinction. Wow. But because I had many issues and all that, I just accepted to have the upper. Yes, because there are many things they were also considering. Okay. Yes, having done a lot of exemptions, having done special exams and all that. So I graduated from Mount Kenya University. Wow. And I am proud of my university. Yes, because in that university we were able to learn many things. And probably my journey now because to become a lawyer, not only the degree, you need now to go back to to school, to the Kenya School of Law, and you do a diploma.
How was that?
So when I now joined in 2014, and now we did application. Some of our application with some of my friends, they were rejected. We got a regret. And I remember that December of 2014, we were traveling with my wife. And she was like, I was driving and she could look at me and check whether I'm still okay. Because now, I finished the degree. I finished the degree, and now I cannot join the Kenya School of Law to do the diploma, so that I can be admitted as an advocate. And I remember even we were trying to get people who can help us. The time we went to looking for people, and I remember some of my friends who I believe they are also watching the show. They used to be very discouraged. Some of them that I knew, because now you cannot go to Kenya School of Law, and you have seen their degree. But I used to encourage them. The Lord who has been with us is going to take us through.
Wow.
And especially those we had done the diploma with. Remember, I did my diploma in the year 2001.
Yeah.
And we are talking about now 2014.
Those are many.
The many years, my journey. Then what happened is that we looked at the Act, the Kenya School of Law Act. We looked at the CLE regulations, and we decided to appeal on the decision. So we did my appeal. We wrote the appeal. We said we had the diploma and all that. And by God's grace, my appeal went through.
Wow. Wow.
And I was admitted to Kenya School of Law.
Yeah.
To do now my postgraduate diploma, where I went 2015. And actually, I became the leader of one of the groups. There you have different groups. I became a leader.
Wow.
So I was their chairman. And even today, we even have a WhatsApp group. They call me chair.
Wow.
Even today. So I was able to help them, the members who are there, because we are diverse. So we are able to work together. And I can tell you that because many people fear Kenya School of Law, because many people don't pass first time. Us, I think the 6 of us, I think we were 10. The 6 of us, we passed one loud.
Wow. Wow. Congratulations.
One of the time that I was really waiting for was waiting for the results from Kenya School of Law. I can tell you that's one time that I was really waiting for, because I really wanted to pass first time. So that even the enemy can know that the Lord had done it for me. So I passed the exam, and now I petitioned to the Chief Justice, and because I went to Kenya School of Law 2015, in December 19th, I was admitted as an advocate of the High Court of Kenya.
Wow. That must have been a very
I was admitted as an advocate of the High Court of Kenya.
That
where
was
I've been
very
practicing.
exciting moment.
In fact, to me, it was like some people were asking why am I not looking very excited, but I think I was so excited in the heart.
Yeah.
If someone can just open my heart and look at the linings, you'd see the excitement that this is a journey I started in the year 2000 to 2015, 19th December. I became an advocate. And 3 years later, I became a commissioner for oaths.
Wow.
And in this December, 19 December, I'll be applying for something called Notary Public. That has been a long journey, but to me, it doesn't look long.
Exactly.
Because even immediately after I finished 2015, I only stayed 2016, 2017, 2018, I went back to the university where they said I cannot become a lawyer. And I joined
the University of Nairobi.
Yes. Now I joined as a student for masters at LLM, which I graduated in 2019.
Wow. How was the experience now that you went back and you were admitted? How was the experience within? Did those people who hindered you from joining, were they part of the lecturers who would train you, or AMA?
Those were registrars.
Okay.
And I don't hold any grudge. So for me, I was just enjoying. I enjoy.
Yeah.
In fact, for me, if I meet someone who is trying to put me down and I meet him again somewhere, I would really help the person because I'll just enjoy. I'll just enjoy. So I did my masters, and I specialized in environmental law. That's what I did in my masters. I also practiced the ADR, that is Alternative Dispute Resolutions. I have done other courses. I've done mediation. I finished. I am done arbitration. I am a member of Chartered Institute of Arbitrators. And I am continuing.
Wow. Congratulations. Yes. That has been a journey that would have driven you to so many other negative ways, but God helped you to maintain positive energy.
Yes.
To be where you are. Wow.
So it is actually possible. The other day I was with some my nephews and nieces. I told them that I want to go back to school and I want to do pharmacy.
Pharmacy. Where did that one come from now?
And they were asking me how. And I was telling them, you see, but it was just by the way that it's, they're like, how? And the point I wanted to put to them is this, that what you want to do, you can do it. If it's preaching, evangelizing, you can evangelize to the end. See somebody like Paul, he was evangelist to the end. You don't have to say that I have reached to a certain age and I don't want to do certain things. You can continue.
You can do it.
My journey being a lawyer has been good, and I have been able to do many things, and I can see even some of my children, they aspire to becoming lawyers.
Wow.
Yes, and some church members, they come and they tell me I want to be a lawyer, and I support them.
Wow.
Yes.
And you had earlier said that lawyers are needed.
Lawyers are needed.
Yeah.
We have few lawyers in the church. I think we have 4 of us in our church, and we need more to come.
Wow.
So that we can work. There's a lot of work that we can do. And even in the community, even in our country, lawyers are needed every day.
Yeah.
So it is something, and it's a calling. So if you come, you can do it.
Yeah.
So that has been my journey. Yes.
We'll get back to the show and discuss more about your family and get to know about your wife who allowed you to have that leeway as she waited for you. This is Just Connect Online TV. We'll take a break. This is your show, My Story. Most welcome to join us in the next part.
Just Connect TV, streaming live. Just Connect TV is your entertainment and educational channel. We broadcast authentic content that will inspire, empower, and stir up the potential and positive energy in you. Just Connect TV, streaming live. Ever felt the need to learn how to play a musical instrument or improve your music skill and never knew where to go? Just Connect School of Music is the place to be. We offer professional training in music sight reading, piano, drums, guitar, saxophone, bass guitar, and vocal training. We are located at Eprin Square, 3rd floor, room 26, opposite Buruburu Police Station. Just Connect, building worship. Get yourself a high-quality branded hoodie, t-shirt, caps, umbrellas, you name it, we got it. You order, We deliver. Just connect. Just Connect TV, streaming live.
Welcome back. This is Just Connect TV on your show, My Story. And I have our guest today, Mr. Ndung'u Njuguna. He's an advocate of the High Court. You mentioned about your wife and how she was patient with you. And she must have a very, good soul and focused as well. Tell us about your relationship. How was it? How did it all begin? Is she from your village? How was it?
I met my wife because where I was staying in a plot, and she had come to visit her cousins, and the cousin you were staying with them. Actually, she had just finished she was coming to visit, but she finished the college, and she was coming to stay with them that time. And that's how I started knowing her. And then I learned that she was a member of Full Gospel Churches of Kenya. So in that time, I introduced her to church, that there was a Full Gospel Church in Buruburu. So I introduced her to church, and just a young man, and I introduced her to church. I introduced her to fellowship, the Umoja Fellowship. And that time, the Umoja Fellowship, we were with Elder Gaho, Elder Wahome, Kenny Joroge, and we were going to Pastor Mudiora's house, and I introduced her there, and that's how I started knowing her.
Okay.
That was the first encounter.
But there was no intention.
There was no intention at all. I just introduced her to church. And in fact, even if we were coming to the same church, she could not agree to walk together with me as well coming to church. So she find her way, I'll find my way. I remember one time I invited her for a kesha, and she refused to come. Just because I invited her. And we continued, and she stayed a bit. Then she left to up country. She went to Marara where they were living. So I was back. I was just left, and I continued because we had nothing together with her. Yes.
How did the dating experience begin?
Now,
when you wanted to get married?
Now, when I wanted to get married, and I think I was very busy in the ministry. When I wanted to get married, and I was trusting God for a lady that to become my wife. Of course, there are many other ladies in the ministry. And one thing I had noticed with my wife, when her cousins would make a bit of noise here and there for something, she could not answer. She was cool. When she was washing the clothes, she could be singing. She could be praying, even praying in tongues. And I think that made me to like her. And when I was praying to God to get a wife, a lady will become my wife. Of course, there were many other in the church, and of course, even her, she was from the church. But now she had left, and she had gone to Malala. She had not gotten a job. I started making contact with her. That time you'd go to a booth and call to that other place. There used to be numbers that were written in a booth. So she would pick the number, she would give me, I would call there just to say hi. And that's how we continued talking until one time I told her that I would like to meet her. Remember me, I'm in Nairobi. No, before that, her sister was getting married. And she invited us. from the church. Maybe I would say fortunately, I'm the only one who went.
Okay.
Because I think Marara is far, so I went for the wedding.
Yes, yeah.
Remember, I said that I used to like evangelism. The issue of going to evangelize, moving, traveling is one of my hobbies. So I traveled, went for a wedding of her sister, and came back. Nothing by that time, and I think I was a bit also shy, because I thought maybe you can just tell somebody you want to get married to her. And I came back to Nairobi. Now I was wondering, I'm in Nairobi, she is in Maralal, that is very far away from Nairobi. How will these things work? How will I even propose to her? And I was praying, I told her, I want us to meet. And she'll come all the way from Maralal to Nyahururu. I'll also come from Nairobi to Nyahururu. And one thing I said, God, if this she is meant to be my wife, let her come. If she's not meant, let her disappoint me. And I was traveling. I traveled all the way to Nyahururu. Nyahururu is not near. And and I was very late because I went to work. Then I traveled. I reached there late. I was looking for a place to sleep. She was also looking for a place to sleep. By the time you are almost dating someone, she almost knows that now you are getting close. Then the following day we met in Nyahururu, and I proposed to her.
Wow.
And she told me, go and I'll give you the answer. And later on I got the answer, yes.
After how long?
I didn't take long. I think I done my mathematics very well. It didn't take long. Maybe about a month I had the answer.
Wow.
About a month I had the answer.
Wow. Were there people who are mentoring you along this process, or you are just beating the bush by your own self?
There were many mentors. The elders within the church, they were very great mentors to us. We had, that time we had the elders, Elder Wabake, we had Elder Nyamo, we had Senior Elder Makunyi, we had Elder Joram. All of them, they were mentoring us. And they were good friends. We were good friends with them. Even when you are looking forward to getting married, they were good mentors. We had good youth leaders. We had, that time we had Elder Wero, our pastor. When I was young, I would visit them. That's why they were staying in Umoja. I would visit them anytime, go and eat chapus. I was with them. They were good mentors. I had very good mentors by that time. So when the families, you'd talk to them.
And what is the place? What part did the church play in terms of how you were able to manage your relationship? Because in the community nowadays, those platforms, I don't know whether your parents were able to guide you on issues of how to get married. If not, or if yes, what part did the church play?
For me, I would say the church played a very big role. In fact, I would almost say almost 99.9. It played the big role because I was in Nairobi. Even my parents were not playing any role at all. My church were playing the biggest role, because the seminars we would attend for the youth, the keshas, we would attend the meetings, the visiting. We would visit. We are here. We are visiting. I remember even when I was we were courting with my wife, I visited almost all the elders within the church. We have slept that time. We went and slept at our bishop's house. In fact, the other time I was reminding the bishop that I slept in their house and he was not remembering. Together with my wife. Of course, you sleep in one place, I was sleeping in one place, and we came to church with them. We visited Elder Joram. We slept in their house. Me and my wife. Each would sleep in their own bedroom, and in the morning, we would come to church.
What would you advise the young?
So we visited. We had visited Elder Wabaki. We visited Elder Nyamo, who was our best couple, many times.
Wow.
In fact, many times we would visit them. He would escort me back to my house, and my wife would sleep in their place. Many times. So the mentoring, the us being associated with the leadership, with the elder people within the church, it was really helping us to navigate the issues.
Wow.
Within us. And that time is like you could not even get a best couple outside the church because they were already there, they were available.
Exactly.
And we are looking forward. In fact, our time is like where ukienda kwa huyu, another people have chosen. So you are like going to another one has chosen. Because that time we were very close. And they were also available. They were there. Unlike nowadays where sometimes young people, they either because of technology, they are busy, they have no time even to visit the leaders within the church.
So you'd recommend a close interaction between these young people and those who are available as elders, people who've gone before them,
yes,
to be able to manage their relationships and even their very lives in terms of the mentorship. Because sometimes the young people don't want to, I don't know whether it's out of fear. Is it that also the elderly people do not avail themselves for the young, or what is the disconnect?
It is actually the other way around. I would tell you that there are many times I've talked to the young people or some people and I tell them I'm available. When can you come? We have even coffee in town. Very few have come. I tell them I will pay the bills. They are not. We stay for 1 year. I tell them you have not come. When are you coming to see us? They are busy, and I don't know what they are busy. They are busy with. It's a high time that within the church setup, the young people they should look forward for the people who are elder, who are older than them, to mentor them. And of course, they should be willing to be mentored. Also, the mentors will be willing to mentor the young people. Because I can tell you that those people, we would look forward to be like them. They were committed, they were available. And like nowadays, you call a meeting and people are busy. They are not available. They are not available. So I would highly recommend that the young people, they should look forward. Some of us, we are open to sharing ideas. We are open to helping, to seeing how, if you come with an idea, how can we help?
Exactly.
Within the church setup.
Yeah.
So for us, my life with the journey with my wife, it was good. There was no problem. In fact, when it came to going to visit our places, it's like the elders, all of them are available.
For you.
In fact, when you go to tell them, it's like they are waiting. When you go to tell someone who want them to be your best couple, it's like they are waiting for that information. They were available. I remember my time I was with Wabaka, I was with Pastor Gachero, I was with Elder Nyamo, I was with Bishop Makonyi. All of them, we traveled to the village.
Wow. So, going forward, how has been family life? You are parenting, you have children. How has it been?
The family life has been very good.
No regrets.
No regrets at all. No regrets.
Yeah.
Has been very good. It has been enjoyable. Me and my wife, my best friend, and we have been married. We celebrated 17 years of marriage. We almost getting the ID now, the 18 years.
That's true.
And the life has every day. We are looking forward for something better.
How have you grown each other as a couple, adding value? Or is there a competition in between, or how do you build each other in terms of career, spirituality, and all these aspects of life?
Remember when I started, I said that when I wanted to do a diploma, I had said at least when I was getting married, I wanted to have something.
Exactly.
I asked my wife to wait, and she waited. She was not in a hurry. And I didn't know that whether she was going to wait or not. But I knew if she was destined to me, she's going to wait.
Yeah.
So we have developed each other. Many of the courses I've done when I'm already married.
Wow.
She has supported me all through. I don't remember a night I said I will stop going to class because I have no support. Our resources, we have also directed them to the education, and they are bearing fruits.
Wow.
So us as a family, we have supported each other. Even her, she has continued with her education. And when we are married, so it has been good for both of us.
What would you advise the couples who could be watching, and because they are children, you had children as you were going to school. It must have been, very challenging. Parenting, work, then there is studies. How did you go around this and also ensure that you are growing up together?
One thing that I would advise the couples that are watching, first of all, there must be a balance. It is advisable that the two of you should not be in school at the same time. At least one must be willing to be more available in the house while the other one is in school. And that way you can decide, I'm doing this course, let the other one be available, especially if there's children involved. Then when you are also finished, you give the other one the chance. And that way it will help. And then when you have time, you maximize it with your family. Because that will help to build the family. But both the education and the family can go together. Yes. So our advice, as long as both of them you are willing to sacrifice. And for you who is in school, the time you are at home, maximize it with your family. And also in the ministry. Because for me, I've been in school, I've been in the ministry, and I've taken care of my family.
How is that? How has it been?
One of the things that I said when I was in school, I decided that every morning I must take my children to school. Whatever it is, whether I'll be in traffic or not, I take them to school. So when we wake up in the morning, we wake up together, we prepare ourselves together, we get to the vehicle together, and I drive them to school. We go talking, having stories. And that has helped me to bond with them every day. So it depends on how you work it out. And every family is unique. So see how you can work it, because you need to develop in career. You also need to be there for your family. So look at how you can balance it. Where can you save time? If you are surprised you can save time, be with your family. Like for example, myself, I'm there. Every morning I'm with them. We go to school together. I drop them to school, so I'm with them. I'm able to talk to them every morning.
I like it when you are saying that you have to save time. Because we have 24 hours, but
in fact,
somebody will tell you, not if you get time, what time are you available? How do you get this wisdom to?
let me tell you.
Yes.
And this I'm telling the people who are watching that what is important. What is important, you will create time for it.
Wow.
whatever is important in you, you create time for it. If something is not important, you not create time for it.
Very true.
So if your family is important, within the 24 hours, you create time for them. If you also want to be in school, you create time for the school.
Wow.
In fact, nowadays you hear someone tells you, sorry, I have not called you because I have been busy. If it was important,
Yeah,
he would have called you. I get after time. Time is always there. You get time.
Yes, I believe you now get it.
So the issue of that there's no time, the time is there. The issue is how are you spending time? And the only thing that you cannot recover is time. If it's gone, it is gone. If it's there, work on it. For example, I have time to come and speak to the viewers today. I have to create it. So let no one say there's no time. Even for the ministry, there's time. There's time to come to church. There's time to be available. And there's a lot of time. And God does not require those people who are idle. He requires those people who are busy.
You can say that again.
You remember the story. You remember the story of David, when he was taking care of the sheep of the father. God was calling him to go and fight Goliath. He was busy. So God is, even in the ministry, God is not looking for people who are not busy. He's looking for people who are busy because they have time. They can create time.
Wow. It's like he looks at, I'm not speaking on behalf of God, but I'm saying, I'm just trying to think, if this person is able to manage time, then he can manage the resources that I can delegate.
Yeah, the resources. If you can, time is one of the precious resources that God has given us. So if you can manage it, do you know there are people who have time to watch a movie or something, a cinema for 3 hours, but they have no time to come to the service, to church service. So time is there. There's someone who be in a phone, WhatsApp, or in something else, Instagram or anything, but has no time to read the Word of God. Time is there. And God created everyone. When you wake up in the morning, every day, God gives each one of us 24 hours. Each one of us. So how do you do with the 24 hours?
Exactly.
So you decide what you want to do with your 24 hours. Another one will decide what to do with 24 hours. But at the end of the day, you need to come and show what you have done.
Exactly.
Yes.
You have grown also in your ministry duties you're a church elder. How was that journey like? Ama ulijipata tu imekuja tu?
When I joined the church, and I think being an elder is a ministry God gives you. And probably this question, when you interview the pastors, you should ask them what they look at, because being an elder, it's like they watch you grow. They watch you being available in the ministry. They watch your talents, and when they pray, God helps them to identify the people who can join in the ministry. And being an elder is a service to the kingdom, because you are called to a higher office where you are supposed to be available, where you are supposed to be more committed, where you are supposed to be more even use your time more for the ministry. And it has been good for me being an elder. I've been an elder in the church for now some years, and it has been good. And I've been in charge of the patron for the evangelism, and we believe that the 2022 we are going to take the evangelism to a greater heights, where we want to evangelize to everyone.
Wow.
Yes.
And how easy is it to juggle around your profession and church and ministry?
I think it's just by the grace of God that you're able to do other things. I remember somewhere in the Bible that Paul was saying that he was working with his hands and he was in the ministry. So it is actually possible. It's actually possible to work in the three, because when you are in the ministry, you are able to bring your family to the ministry. And when you are working, even where you work, it's God who has taken you there.
Exactly.
It is also another ministry where you work. And if you go there and you declare the works of God even where you work, the people will attribute you. If you tell them you are going for a church function, they will give you time. They will support you. I am one person who has been supported by my boss, Dr. Kariuki Muigwa, who supports even my church. Even
I'm just wondering, because of the nature of your profession, how are you able to talk to the people you interact with on a daily basis? Because are you able to bring in, not like you are preaching to them, but to let them know your stand? Because sometimes, depending on the profession you are in, if people associate you with a particular kind of belief system, they may not want your services. How has it been for you?
I believe one of the people in the Bible, Paul, who has written many books, was a lawyer himself. And it is possible to being a lawyer and also work in the ministry and being a serious born-again Christian. Because I don't think there's a profession that you'd say, if you don't want to be born again, go to this profession. It depends on you.
True.
On what you believe in, what you can do. And sometimes when people come to you, they need a lot of mediation. They need a lot of talking to them. Sometimes not only helping them to solve their legal issues, they need people to talk to. Sometimes they come when they have a lot of woods. They come when they are wooded, and they want someone who can also speak to them. And sometimes the solution is with them.
Exactly.
So sometimes you talk to them as you do the cases for them. And that is possible. And I want to say that even our Constitution, Article 159, it talks about the things that now, not only going to courts, but you can use other ideal, alternative dispute resolution. That is, you can do mediation. You can talk to them about resolution. You can talk to them about arbitration. So the parties can come to you, and instead of going to court, you sit with them and you ask them, you have this problem and you have this problem. How do you solve it? So it has many things that you can do.
So you consider yourself as somebody God has planted to make a difference in the ministry, rather than just being there for money purposes and work and...
Yeah, for me, I would say that it's God who has planted me. Remember my journey, where I have come? It is God who has planted me there, so that I can help. And I am proud when I say that I am one of the lawyers for the church.
Wow.
For the church, and they know.
How is that?
In fact, the whole, even our council, the church council, they have visited us, even in our office, and brought a big gift to our office, which is there. Yes.
Wow.
So I'm proud of that.
Wow.
Yes. And I'm not ashamed being a lawyer for the church.
Wow.
Yes. And my church.
Good. And that is great inspiration to those people who would want to also get into the profession.
Yes.
What would you tell such a person?
I would tell them that in fact, we have few people. We need many lawyers to come from the church. That because there are many issues that you need to be solving for the church. And so that you can get people who are honest, people you can talk to. Because everyone else fears going to a lawyer because he doesn't know whether this lawyer will be honest. Will the lawyer keep my money? Will the lawyer be trustworthy in the transaction? So we need many young people coming to becoming prayers, and especially from the church.
Amen.
Yeah. We need many, and the jobs are available, and it's a good profession.
Amen.
Yes.
And I believe that we shall be having more interactions with
Yes.
you on legal matters.
Yes.
So we really appreciate your time that you have set it to come, and I like the concept you brought up about time. And I believe that you will be available for our viewers for
Yes.
more legal advice on various topics that pertain the legal issues.
Yes.
What would be your parting shot for the viewer?
For the viewers, I would tell them that first of all, let me talk about time. That time is there. Everyone, every day, God gives you 24 hours. What do you do with your hours? And you can become what you want to be. And what is important, you can create time for. So let no one say that there's no time. There is time. And you can become what you think that you can become. And that's why I'm here as a lawyer. And I know that as you continue that, we shall continue discussing more and more.
Thank you so much.
Thank
We
you.
appreciate your time.
Thank you.
Thank you, our viewers, for also setting time to watch this show. This is my story show on Just Connect Online TV. May God bless you and have a good time. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Just Connect TV, streaming live. Just Connect TV is your entertainment and educational channel. We broadcast authentic content that will inspire, empower, and stir up the potential and positive energy in you. Just Connect TV, streaming live. Ever felt the need to learn how to play a musical instrument or improve your music skill and never knew where to go? Just Connect School of Music is the place to be. We offer professional training in music sight reading, piano, drums, guitar, saxophone, bass guitar, and vocal training. We are located at Eprin Square, 3rd floor, room 26, opposite Buruburu Police Station. Just Connect, building worship.